Hello everyone, welcome to Cafe IO. Cafe IO में आपका स्वागत है. So in today's video, we'll talk about GitHub. We'll go a little advanced and not just focus on Git, which is primarily a version control. We'll probably touch upon it a little bit, but we'll jump into GitHub's core interesting and advanced features. Most of us know GitHub only for version management and control, but I want to talk about more features that GitHub offers, and that's what this video is just for. So let's get started. So on the website, if you see, it no longer says, version control and something. It actually, GitHub is an AI powered developer platform that can help you build, scale, and deliver the software, right? What do we mean by that? There's different, facets baked into it, and we'll try and understand that. So the first is productivity, accelerate high quality software development. And basically they have brought AI into place by using Copilot. Now there's GitHub Code Spaces, which is a completely dev environment on the cloud. Then there's GitHub Copilot, which is an AI pair programmer, which you can use it to do assistive programming, very similar to JetBrains IntelliJ, the AI assistant it has launched, or any other AI assistant for that matter. There's GitHub Actions, which can make sure that all the DevOps needs are taken care of. GitHub can very happily do mobile, and you have tons of project management features, collaboration features baked into GitHub. So it's wholesome, completely software development platform that can help you, manage your projects, manage your code, manage the life cycle, manage the releases, take care of your environment and all that. So GitHub is now a holistic product in my experience. There's tons of other features as well, like GitHub discussions, where you can collaborate on some topic or something like that, which is very interesting. Pull request is something most people are aware of, and then you can get sponsorships also to help sponsor your project. So in a way, if you want to monetize your platform, monetize your code, or maybe get support, you can even do that with GitHub. So and then security is baked into it. I think the overall workflow natively, and that's what GitHub is about. Quickly, I want to touch upon a few more features that it has. So there's an end-to-end CI/CD platform, which is you can have build, staging, and different production environments. You can integrate it with variety of build control tools. You can do continuous testing, you can have code injection, you can have checks, and tons of different balances all around. And there's a marketplace which can enable deployment into multiple places. You have set up Node.js environment by Actions, push and Docker images by Docker, Actions for Discord, Cloudflare, Amazon ECR, tons of powerful CI/CD feature, package management, code reviews, advanced security, stuff like that. That's just baked into GitHub natively with the CI/CD software. So it's really nice experience there. And there's an additional thing which I want to mention. If you go on open source and click on the README project, this is a blog that GitHub maintains, but is very interesting, and the articles here are amazing. And I love the way they have designed it. The colors are very popping, and it's a very nice place to go and have a good reading time around. So that's on GitHub Actions and README project. I just want to sign in, and right, we are back. This is how the interface looks, and I have the dark mode set up by default. That's what I use everywhere. Let's see if I can quickly change that. Never mind. So the way this looks is, on the left hand side you have your top repository. In the center you have what I call as feed, and here are the latest changes coming up across your feed. This is not exclusive to your repos. This is actually the entire feed across the repos that you follow, and then there are some this is for you beta, and then there are some updates on the following ones. It's largely the same yet, but they might update it. Then you have a lot of different sections: your repositories, your projects, code spaces, organization, enterprises, etc. I'm just going to click on one by one. Repositories will give you repos just listed down by order. There are some repos which are active, some repos which are not active. Most of them are private for me. I don't do public repos a lot. For example, this is a repo where I try to put some changes every now and then. Okay, it's been 3 weeks since I committed. Maybe I'll showcase that how to do that right away in this conversation. So that's the repo structure. That's the repos. Projects are basically if you want to do the entire project management, give plan stages, manage with different people and stuff like that. I don't have a project planned because I'm the only one who uses this, but you can do a new project and it will basically you can have different templates like a team backlog or a feature. You can have a roadmap which will give you a very visual stuff. So let's call this something like I'll go training, I'll delete it later. So this is how it generates your project and your roadmap. You can add items, you can change the views and stuff like that. I don't have anything here, so it's just empty. But it's good to have a view where you have projects and you can see everything and track everything here instead of any other tool. And any commits made here, it will be, for example, testing at the rate. Let's see if it connects to repositories. Okay, see, for example, it just picked a repository automatically. I will select this repo and you can create a new issue in that. So that becomes a part of your project. So it's a very neat project management setup. If you want to manage projects from here itself, you can obviously go and delete it. You can close it. Okay, closing is probably deleting here. More stuff. Let's see, code spaces. I don't have code spaces there existing, but code spaces are basically a completely new environment which you can use to perform coding. So let's just take any, and the code spaces basically gives you a complete dev environment. So please understand that it gives you infrastructure also, and then there's billing associated with it. So I'm not gonna do a lot of stuff there, but you select the branch, you select the region, and then you select the code. So I'm creating the code space, and very soon you'll see a completely new ID kind of an environment, which is very similar to, I think, VS Code that popping up. It's actually completely VS Code now that I remember it. I haven't used this for a long while. I mostly do my development local, so there's some features installed here. This is VS Code on the web, blah blah blah, and it's running on certain engine. I am just going to close this off, but just to showcase, this is how it looks. You'll get all your code here. I don't know if this will be able to show Jupyter notebooks. No, it's not, because the notebook Jupyter is not installed. But if there was a py file, I'll be able to see it. So this is not a what do I say? This is not a flaw or something. This is just a enablement exercise. And if I do it one time, it will automatically take care of itself. So I will close this code space and go here, delete. Yeah, you can technically create some templates also, like Jupyter Lab environment, React coding, etc, etc. I just used a Git repo, and that's what is used. So this is the second interesting feature that if you have not used GitHub, then you should. Organizations are more for enterprises, or if you're part of a shared repository. So I'm a part of Co-Learning Lounge, which is a community. So you can technically create a new repo, convert it into an org repo, and that way you'll be able to share multiple people making comments and stuff like that. Sponsors, I don't have any sponsors. Okay, this is my account is also not eligible, so I'll just apply to it, and I'll just select India, use a bank account. If it asks me too many questions, I'm not going to get sponsors, but it's going to ask me to fill your profile details, two-factor, confirm your identity, submit, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna do it later. So that's another interesting feature. Gists are smaller snippets of code that you can maintain for easy access. and gists typically are open code unless you make them personal or secret. So for example, I have a gist called clean slate docker or vector.product.py. So I can copy this anywhere, probably into a Medium article or something, and it will just show the code. For example, I'll try to show how it works. If you do this, I think I have to put it in a script tag. So maybe just this works. I'm pretty sure I've used this, so I know it works. Okay. Yep, see. So you don't need the script tag, it just takes it. So it's a very neat and clean way. It just directly shows the snippet of that code into your Medium article or something. So this is another interesting feature. So if you have code that you use a lot and some boilerplate code or some sort of a code which is let's say something that you frequently use and access, so you should probably put that here. This is completely another website. It's called Gist, kind of like a summary. And then there are enterprise features and you can try Copilot. Copilot is paid. I used it in the free period. So it's quite nice. It uses a Codex AI model. It's not a GPT-3 or something like model, and you can integrate into a variety of different places. I don't need it because I have PyCharm and I have PyCharm where there's an AI assistant, so you can probably use I just use that. So those are some of the features that are predominantly used. I just want to go to some feature previews as well. So there's a colorblind themes, there's a command palette that you can do like Mac Control K or something. Jupyter Notebook diffs, you can show comparisons like this. I can enable it. This is kind of useful. Migration, passkeys, new repository overview, landing page. Okay, I'll enable this. This is good. And then the / command. I usually enable everything that's phishing resistant. Okay, I don't have a passkey, but I'll enable it and see what happens. I'll probably use the Apple passkey or key phrase. I don't need project migration because I honestly don't have a project board or anything, so I don't need it. When you go to settings, there's tons of features. I don't want to get into all the features. You can build your own repository profiles, key management, repository management. Pretty much everything can be done here. So please touch things only which you understand in here. And that's pretty much what GitHub website has advanced features. Now I'm just gonna quickly go and see GitHub Actions, and I will show you guys what I promised at the beginning. So let's go to playground, and oh, this is the new feature. Yeah, I don't like it. I like the previous one. This is updated 3 weeks back. I am just going to testing a commit. I will just put it here, domain, and pushing to origin. As soon as I push here, it should just done. It should have updated itself now. Basically what has happened is I've had certain changes which were unsaved in my playground repository, and playground repository has mostly Jupyter notebooks, and these were some changes that have been lying around for a few weeks. So I just committed them to main branch and just pushed. I find I'm equally okay with command line and GitHub desktop, but I usually since I have multiple repos, I try to use GitHub desktop. It's just easier and cleaner, but sometimes I'll just do it within the IDE window or something like that. So yeah, that's it from the today's video, talking a little bit about advanced features of GitHub. If you are not aware of it, do check out the complete video. Thank you. Akash signing off. Bye bye.